Namaskar. Greetings on International Women's Day. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about the impact of climate change on women the world over. For me, it is a topic very close to my heart, having been born and brought up in the tribal area of Bastar, where I would see the tribal women really put in extraordinary amount of effort just to put one meal out for their children. And this was largely because the difficulty of course, gathering the forest produce, selling it was there. But that apart, there was a lot of vagaries of environment and climate that they needed to address, something that they really could not always predict accurately. Now, why do we believe that women are more vulnerable to climate change and the impact thereof than women? It's actually very plain and simple because they are more vulnerable to poverty in their peak productive and reproductive years, which is between 25 to 34 years of age. And they are increasingly being recognized as being more vulnerable also because they constitute the majority of the world's poor and are more dependent on natural resources, which are most threatened by climate change. How can we make this situation better? Well, education does play a very enabling role, as in other places, here as well, in making especially the young women and girls aware about climate change. They are the primary energy and resource managers in many households. They have a very good understanding of what is needed to be done to adapt to changing environmental conditions and indeed to come up with very practical, nifty solutions to mitigate the ill effects. Several studies have shown that women display higher social preference and care for environmental issues, but only in fields where they are aware and have enough information, such as daily consumption behaviors and household related issues. Women in India specifically have been known to play a very important role in sustainability and raising awareness about climate and environment. Tribal women in Rajasthan have become green entrepreneurs making solar LED bulbs. Women led self help groups in Tamil Nadu are mobilizing funds for water and sustainable sanitation. These are all but a few examples of women leading the way to a sustainable future. Increasing women participation in the labor force is one of the key solutions to look at. Their increased participation is predicted to add more than $28 trillion to the global GDP by 2025, thus sufficiently increasing the world's GDP for financing sustainable development and bridging the climate finance gap required to fund our battle against climate change. Evidence shows that women on empowerment and advancing gender equality can actually deliver results across a variety of sectors, including food, economic security, and health. Across sectors, women's innovation and expertise have transformed lives and livelihoods and increased climate resilience and overall well being. Recognizing the important contribution of women as decision makers, as stakeholders, as educators, as carers, as experts across sectors, and at all levels can lead to successful long-term solutions to climate change.